All right, hello everyone, and welcome to the Reflex Championship League. My name is Fellow. I'm also joined here by my co-caster of Ryan, and Sturksy has already left the game, so we're off to a great start. But while Sturksy has left the game, I might as well mention the two teams' names. It's going to be Hentai Babes versus Esports Wales, and we're on the lovely map of Oregon, or as most of you would like to call it, Boregon. So I'm going to hand over the talking stick to my good old friend Ryan, and he can take it away for the bands and possibly a rehost.
It looks like Sturksy's already terrified of Esports Wales. Hentai Babes has taken out Thatcher, a fairly default ban. Possibly a roster change mid-game. They got cold feet with Sturksy and decided to kick him. Nomad, another fairly default ban. I don't know if that means that Esports Wales are trying to... Oh, no, I've gotten this wrong. That's Hentai Babes' ban. So maybe on defense, they have something up their sleeve. They want to pull off some flanks. Nomad going out. That elbow hold down in blue in basement is going to be relatively difficult to deal with. Whether Esports Wales decide to take would have decided to take Nomad, not Nomad. Oh my lord, I am skipping over my words. Decided to take Wamai and Attic. They can no longer do that. And Mira, a relatively default ban phase for this map, and nothing too special except for that Nomad ban. I want to see some flanks. I want to see some big plays. I'm excited. Yeah.
I was going to completely agree with you. Other than Nomad, this is a pretty standard best of one game on Oregon, or as most people call it, Borgen. But it's not a bad ban whatsoever. That's going to deny a lot of flank potential, unless, of course, we do have Hentai Babes bring the gridlock or just a multiple amount of claymores. So I agree with you. I'm also hoping to see a lot of flashy plays from going on last-minute flanks that just catch the attackers off guard. But starting things off pretty relatively normal with the kids in dormitory hold up above on the secondary floor, and a pretty good lineup to follow suit with that as well. We had the Kaid for the wall denial, Vigil for a very aggressive roam, the Goyo Jaeger for some utility dump, and also a Frost, which we're seeing back into the competitive scene surprisingly, and it's a warm welcome, I would say. It makes some sense to a degree, but it definitely still has caught some teams off guard, and I think that's one of the main reasons why people like to bring her. It's just for that random effect, I guess you could call it, or that surprise effect. Sorry,
Well, yeah. Her shield, her
and the
1.5, her
shield,
angle grip, her like everything about her
everything.
kit
Yeah.
is very, very good. You also see some adaptation on the side of Esports Wales. If you didn't notice, they initially picked an Ella, and then they switched the Vigil. So that's probably their IGL or just the team in general going, no, they've banned Nomads. We want to pull out roams. We want to pull out flanks, and we really, really want to take it to Hentai Babes. So we could see some adaptation if that doesn't work, and they go back to kids. Maybe they bring the Ella, or maybe they bring something else. It could be a very, very flexible setup. And I'm also wondering if Frost is maybe a six pick. Usually, when you see a six pick, though, especially like from the caster's position, the player who's going to six pick usually picks another operator and then picks off to some sort of random operator just to kind of throw off the trail. But usually they pick that operator first, so you can kind of tell, you kind of see the signs. But I'm honestly interested to see how this defense from Esports Wales actually comes out. I think by the looks of the operators for Hentai Babes, it looks to be relatively normal. You got the secondary hard breach, you got the holy trinity of Ash, Sledge, and Sophia. So shields are going to be absolutely quaking in their boots when they see these three operators appear.
Yeah, I think they have enough utility to deal with both the Goyo and the Jaeger. The only operator that I could really see them possibly bringing is maybe an IQ, just to help maybe get rid of the Electro Claws on the main wall, as it might be difficult for the Ash or Sophia to do that vertical play underneath in the middle of classroom or meeting to find that Electro Claw. But other than that, really nothing shocks me that much. Like Ryan said, the holy trinity of soft destructors. So that makes a lot of sense. Maybe we'll see a gridlock as well, just for some sort of flank denial, but I have no idea. But now that I mentioned it, actually was Sturksy, whose computer crash makes sense. He has a horrible setup. But he might actually bring out the Yana. He is a very big fan of that intel gatherer. That's going to allow the drone economy to be a lot more prevalent in the later part of the round itself. And that could possibly guarantee him a couple of more frags, not just with his gun, but also the fact that he has literal frag grenades. So that's going to be 4 different sets of them. So if there's not enough utility on the side of Esports Wales, then they're going to be in a whole lot of trouble when it comes to that end game scenario.
Uh, while I'll agree with you that the Yana might be a good idea, it would be some good adaptation. We're more likely going to see an Ace come out. We're more likely going to see a Thermite come out. Probably an Ace, because who the hell wants to
Right.
play Thermite? Especially on Oregon, double hard breach is really, really
Yeah.
important, especially for top floor, where usually teams will go for kind of a pincer movement where they take Armory and they take Master, and they're also wrapping Tower, and they're kind of pushing it from both sides, trying to get that default plant in. You don't see much big window play, but who knows? We might see some adaptation. Is Scipio yelling for Hentai Babes, I believe?
I believe you're correct, but I don't see. Oh yeah, for hentai babes. Yeah, I possibly. I'm pretty sure you're correct on that call, but Yeah, I like what you mentioned earlier about the other hard breach. That makes a lot more sense than just the Yana pick. Obviously, you can, get both walls open with just a Habana, but it's not going to be a really comfortable fit. It's going to be a lot more tighter than you would expect. And we did see one pick change off. The Vigil's going to get just swapped around. It actually appears that Esports Wales has changed their mind. They're going to opt for the much more anchor favorited Maestro pick, a great intel gatherer as well, might I add. And that's going to force hentai babes to have to burn through a little bit more utility than they might have expected to originally. So that could greatly benefit them later on, and it's going to change yet again. So I don't even know why I bother to talk. It's going to now go to Castle and then back to Maestro. So, okay, I think I've definitely overstayed my welcome.
I mean, as I said earlier, an
And
incredibly
now Valkyrie.
adaptive. I think
Very
I think he's
adaptive.
just bored. I think he's just bored. He's changing his skins around, but
Yeah.
you know what we could do while we're waiting for Sturksy to get the hell back in this lobby? We could kind of have a vote of who do you think is going to win this? Because you know, hentai babes, Ex-Endangered, a kind of a storied history of wins, especially in the past 8 months. I believe they were a team. Oh,
It's the gridlock. I said it way earlier, but
oh my
okay.
lord! Okay,
And then
and a
Callie.
Cali.
Oh, never mind. Wow, they're just going all over the place, huh, with these picks. Let's just let them confirm it before we
Yeah, no.
go on a whole rant.
Oh,
Oh, oh, just
the prophet. The prophet. Oh my lord, fellow. You are a absolute operator pick prophet.
look,
Okay, looks like the pause timer is stopping. I think it's going to be a six pick to the gridlock. I definitely think it's going to be six pick to the gridlock.
you could possibly be right. And, I'm a little bit of a fanboy for Sturksy, I'm not gonna lie. I kind of know how he likes to play. That Yana pick comes out far more often than you would expect, and I absolutely love it. She's a very underutilized operator, and she's going to get underutilized a little bit more this round as she will get six picked off onto the gridlock, but it's for a fair reason. That flank denial is very necessary when it comes to attacking on a map like Oregon. There's just so many extensive roams that can go out on the side of Esports Wales. It's like the old saying goes, better safe than sorry. So I like that Hentai Babes did end up bringing some type of flank denial that wasn't just a Claymore usage. And let's hope that I'm not lagging at all. Nope, that's not me. Okay, good. My internet has a tendency to do that, so I was just making sure because everything did end up being a little bit quiet. But moving on to the actual round itself, everything does look to be pretty standard. The castle coming out as well. Again, to just waste a lot of time, possibly force hentai babes to push from different positions that they would rather not want to. And along with that frost still being in the works as well, this overall is a pretty good pick setup for this top floor defense.
Well, speaking of better safe than sorry, they have kind of forgone that intel heavy, frag heavy operator in Valkyrie for a castle, kind of shoring up their defenses towards the armory side, making sure Dot inside of Trophy is just kind of chilling out. He's already got a pick onto the sledge. That is their grenades gone. That is some of their soft destruction gone. Another thing I noticed earlier on the round is their Goyo reinforcing the meeting walls and tower while we just see some util being cleared out. That allows them in the event of a tower take for just kind of that attic side being practically safe as houses. Going on to them taking the master side. Hold on, the stream is kind of laggy for me. I'm tripping over myself. They're taking the master side, and they're also, it looks to be a kind of like master, big window, weird execute. Warden is currently pushing up main stairs, but has he seen, or they don't know that there's someone in meeting, I think, based on the outlines, and one in garage as well. Oh no, this could be a flank from Esports Wales.
Oh yeah, and we mentioned about how devastating this flank could end up being, but like you mentioned, Hentai Babes going for more of a eastern-sided push. They really can't push in through that back attic side. Kurt, though, gonna shut down Sturksy. That's another opening frag for Esports Babes, and now they have the man advantage up by 2. Soon to be 3 as Scipio takes a little bit of damage as well. He's seen a little worse for wear, but he's still in it to win it just a tad bit. Down to the final minute of the round, though, and This is still massively favoring Esports Wales. I'm pretty sure Jet has been spotted out, but he's not going to get fully pushed up by Warden for just a couple more moments, wasting even more time on the side of Hentai Babes, which is going to be crucial for those last couple of seconds when they're trying to work their way in through Deer into the actual objective room. Shots come out by Jet, finally finishing off the low HP player of Ash. That's going to be Scipio down for the count, down to those last 40 seconds, and it's just up to Warden and Angelo in a 2-on-5. The only thing looking up to them is that they have Carrier in their own backs. Jet going to manage to escape death for a moment sooner, and that's going to waste even more time for Hentai Babes and not even find them one frag at all. This is not looking to be a round for them. Yeah, I think this round is just won by them.
Like, Hentai Babes is floundering. This is the first attack round. If they see it again, maybe some... Oh, no. Dot just cleaning up. Couple exit frags from Angelo, but Ben with the C4. It was not to be. Really, it was not to be. It was pre-placed as well. Oh, that is dirty. Oh, no. Sent to the moon.
Oh, yeah.
But I feel like if they encounter it again and there's no adaptation from Esports Wales, then maybe we'll see Hentai Babes get like a bit more of a grip on it. But aside from that, it was just kind of a, like, they played into their hands, really. They played into their hands.
Yeah, not being able to get both the attic wall and also the front wall of closet opened up, it allowed for that one-sided push, and that's not what you want to see when going into Oregon. You want to have multiple avenues to attack from, and that really just, signed Hentai Babes' will. They were already going 6 feet under. It was just a matter of how and when. So that round was a win nonetheless by Esports Wales, and now we're going to transition onto that basement floor of supply and closet, and another very utility dump heavy team composition. We're going to in fact see that elbow wall extension coming out by Matt, and I like the lineup for this. Not being able to use that Wamai in combination with the Jaeger is not the end of the world. Either the Mira. You can still sit up in that elbow wall with the Goyo and Malusi. That's still plenty of utility in your own hands. And that is going to waste so much time against Hentai Babes and so much of their own utility. That might end up leading Esports Wales to a very early and aggressive start as well, similar to what we saw last round.
It appears that Hentai Babes have forgone that sledge in place of a thermite, and the gridlock has moved over to Angelo. A couple operator switches and a jackal has also appeared instead of the Ash. I don't particularly like this.
I don't either.
Specifically based off the operator composition of Esports Wales, you got one roamer at best. You got Ben maybe running around, shooting drones, playing the map, which is actually what he's doing, because I'm a prophet, apparently.
Yep.
But, Sturksy on backstairs, just immediately picking the player in the middle of sight off of that solo wall. As I am speaking and explaining why their operating composition is bad, he proves me wrong because the C7 is just better. An early follow from the smoke. I don't like that either. It seems like a misplay. It seems like you could stick there for longer.
Yeah, I'm glad that we're on the same page on that early extension being a little bit of an inaccuracy, but Hentai Babe's going to try to take full advantage of it, but they have nothing to get that Electroclaw off the main wall.
Already have Pillar.
Yeah, they already have pillar control, though, which is massive for Hentai Babe, showing their own early aggression. Dot, though, going to clap back, finding one onto Sturksy. Almost time for T. Also going to be his maker by Ben, but an immediate refrag will pursue. Angelo finishing off Ben, now eliminating him from the board. And now we're in this 2-on-2 with a minute 30 on the clock. A lot of time to use up here on both sides. That Toxic Babe will detonate. That's going to force back the player of Scipio. Now a drone coming out, trying to spot out Matt. It will be successful in that process. But now there's still a lot of time to work with here, and Hentai Babes is going to utilize that massive amount of time to their favor, making sure they know just exactly where these last two defenders of Dot and Matt are currently positioned at. We have Dot still in the way back, or in the front side of Freezer, I should say, and we're slowly beginning to see that push coming out. Stun grenade gonna come out. It was actually a bait. Massive play by Scipio. The Mad Lad blinded himself in order to kill the smoke player, and now it's just a 1v2 all up to Dot as the plant will go down by Angelo. Smoke grenades being thrown out as well, going to impair Dot's vision, and he's not even going to be able to find one in compensation.
Remarkable.
Angelo ending off the round, like Ryan said, a remarkable round for Hentai Babes. And that's going to even things up 1-1 going into round number 3. That was an impressive play.
That
Ryan.
was
awesome.
commonly known as the Shaiko Flash. That was just perfect. Honestly, like, there is no other way that you're gonna win the round in that situation, because you have the map control. But right now, I bet you Hentai Babes are regretting not banning that Kaid, because right now they can't get into Attic, they haven't been able to get into Elbow. Everything has just been Kaided off, right? Every single time they have tried to enter through the site, Esports Wales have gone, no, you're coming through the way I want you to come through. You're going to go through my choke points, and then I'm going to deal with you. And Hentai Babes still kill them. Still win. It still works. That is kind of one of the special things about Sieges. You can have all the strats. You can have all the ideas. Hell, you could be a pro league level team. You still just might get headshotted. Like, it still might happen.
Yep, this is a game of Siege, complete and utter chaos, and I think with the Kaid pick that you mentioned, Ryan, I think that's why we almost saw Cali being brought on the board, but now Sturksy is going to opt for that Twitch pick. So they're trying to learn from their past mistakes. They want
Twitch
that main wall into supply opened up. What was that, Ryan?
Twitch might be a good play.
I agree.
I'm not sure about the Buck.
Yeah, I don't know about the Buck. There's not a lot of vertical play that he can do, but on the bright side, he can still utilize those stun grenades to burn through some utility, which might be the overall goal, but I don't really think you need 9 separate stun grenades. You might need a frag grenade here and there. So the Sledge or the Yana pick going into play could have been much more favorable for Hentai Babes, but I'm sure they'll figure out a way to make it work out.
They have absolutely no way to clear Elbow. They don't have any nades.
They really don't.
Have flashbangs, but they have no way. So it is a completely separate plan. My personal philosophy for kind of attacking in Siege is map control, map control, map control. And Hentai Babes kind of did that really well with taking Pillar incredibly early. That's kind of one of the cornerstones of the defense. But here, it looks like Esports Wales may have adapted to it. You know, Ben's already prepared for that backstairs take, and it might not work. Scipio already taken out by Ben in that long angle, right? He's running now because there's no need to go. That's their only hard breacher. Like, there's no need to stay there. You know, he's falling off. A lot of damage being done to Jet, who looks to be just by Neon Door down in blue. The fight still continues. He downs the Buck, who's now crawling desperately back to his friend. He gets smoke tricked out. Kills going out. Team kill to Jet. Oh no, Matt.
Oh no, Matt with a little bit of an or I guess I'd say a nice little double kill there by him. Down to the last minute or so on the clock, and we're back to an even 3-on-3. The main wall cannot be destructed, though, as Scipio has met his maker. So that's going to force the attackers of Hentai Babes to go back in through electrical and also that longer main hallway and try to just outduel their opponents yet again. We have Matt holding down a tight angle. He's going to light up almost time for T, but not finish him off outright. He's going to get into another gun engagement, though, and Sturksy is going to be the player to strike onto Matt, now bringing the man advantage back in the favor of Hentai Babes. It'll get refragged, though, with a massive C4 toss by Kerr, and now it's just a 1v2, all up to Gridlock, being played by almost time for T. Can he clutch this one out? He's got a cross peek to work up against. He knows that there's one in the back near Laundry and possibly a player near Freezer, but he doesn't have a lot of time to spare. He'll peek around the corner near Freezer, not going to fully check it. He'll spot the player behind in Laundry, but now down to about 15 to 20 seconds on the clock. He's got to make this plant fast. He'll go for just that, using the smokes to cover his sight lines. That plant going to be, in fact, confirmed somehow. We're not going to have Esports Wales fully contest, but at the last minute of the round, or last second I should say, Dot will wide swing around the corner, finishing off Gridlock, and that's going to give them more than enough time to defuse. Esports Wales take back the round lead.
Apologies almost. I may have just casters cursed you. As I said, he might get this, but they did have no C4s on the board. It was a good play to just kind of for Jaeger to swing round pillar instead of pushing in to deal with the planter in order to get him to run before he can hit that post plant position of what I'd probably guess would be outside of just like kind of playing around pillar. Again, I'm not too confident in what I'm seeing from Hentai Babes. Maybe it's just because I disagree with that style of play, because they have got rounds on the board, but they're close, and you know it's not dominant. It's not like they're absolutely ruining people, but it does seem like they're running an unconventional style of play. Amaru and Ying, it looks to be. My prediction here is a big window rush with somebody jumping into kids' dormitory windows. Somebody being Angelo on that Amaru. So just kind of going, you know what, screw Armory. You know, we don't want to push this kind of heavy util side. And we know it's really, really hard to kind of get that post plant down a big window. So instead, what we're going to do is we're going to go full kind of shock and awe and just kind of catch Esports Wales with their pants down, really.
Right, and however this round comes out to be, it's going to be an absolute bloodbath regardless of the victor. And I'm hoping to see some flying... Yeah, I'm hoping to see some flying colors here. Oh, yeah, I am too. It's going to be beautiful, that's for sure.
Yep.
But I also don't really like this pitching on. Oh, no. Oh, it's because the Frost skin, it's not allowed. That's unfortunate. They had to team kill him. That way it was not going to be a forfeit round.
But his util's still down.
They gotta break his utility.
Still down.
Oh, maybe he had to go AFK or something instead. Oh, no, he was...
No,
he had a Frost
that Frost skin is not allowed. They can place util. He can't actually, though. Although he can't actually play the round. So, unfortunately, a summary execution by Kurt will go out.
Well, there's your blood.
I think we're about to see more. Kurt kind of unsuspecting, looking towards big window. If Angelo finds the timing, it is done deal. But will he get refragged by Jet in Attic? That is the question. If those refrags come out, that kids control kind of leaves. Oh, here it goes. Here it comes.
Oh boy, I'm ready for this. He's getting ready for it. Yeah, I think we all are. Even
if they lose kids control, that's the round over.
Oh yeah. Oh, what a shot by Kurt. That's gonna give the intel though. Scipio finding one. The immediate frag comes out. He'll get immediately tossed up by Jet. Now wide swinging back into Kid's room. He'll get the revive off successfully, but the plant's going down. The C4 completely misses. It's a complete bait by Hentai Babes, and it worked out perfectly. It's just up to Jet and Kurt now, and they're left by themselves in the middle of Kid's room. Gridlock tracks coming out. The wide swing will pursue by Scipio, almost bringing Jet 6 feet under, but he's got to contest him once more. And now this is looking to be a completely winnable round for Hentai Babes. Scipio refragging, lighting up Jet, and now it's all up to Kurt by his lone summon a 1v3. He barely has enough time to get the defuse off, let alone find 3 separate frags. I think it's the round win by Hentai Babes. What a play by them!
Like I said, you can have all the tactical advantages in the world. Hentai Babes will just win those. They'll just win those.
They'll just win. And that, yeah, there you go. Even we didn't expect it. We thought we were gonna see a plant come out possibly in the other site, or I did at least. I'm not gonna try to say your own opinion.
Oh no,
that's what I thought.
I fully expected the bunk plant, but what I didn't expect, is them to actually win it, because it looked like Esports Wales kinda knew. It does look like it's gonna be a rehost though. So we're gonna be able to talk about that round, which is brilliant, because it was an incredibly interesting round. Because kind of Kurt was looking towards it. You had Jet, and I can't remember who was playing the Goyle, but you had Jet on the castle and Goyle in trophy, just kind of holding that backline. But there was one in generator. Everyone was kind of looking towards big window, and you know, Angelo found the timing. He got traded out like I thought, but he also got the down. And at the end of that, right, and at the end of it all, they had the health advantage, you know? Like, Kurt was kind of playing a little passively. Jet kind of knew that he had to do something in order to win it out. But, like, you can't really have as much confidence and as much aggression if you are on low health, right? So that down by Angelo is actually far more important than you might think initially. Stokesy walking up white, knifing what I guess is a Malusi gadget. Looks to be a bit of a blunder. I looked at that and I went, "Oh no, this might not work." But apparently not. Apparently, you know, Stokesy has the rest of his team just walk in, have perfect smokes. By the way, the only reason they won that, well, I say the only reason, there was multiple reasons, but like one of the main features of why that C4 didn't go out correctly and why they were able to plant in such a brilliant spot by that reinforcement away from the kids rotate and not in that default spot where it would get C4'd. You know, you mentioned that miss C4 is because of that brilliant smoke, which was either from the Ying or from the gridlock. I'm not particularly sure, but that allowed them to kind of cut off that vision from two angles, plant, run. Perfect. Absolutely perfect.
Yeah, I think the fact that that smoke grenade impaired the vision of the players in sight, they couldn't give accurate details as to where that C4 needed to be thrown. And you could also say that maybe Esports Whale didn't win that because they had the team kill, but I would disagree. They immediately clapped back on two Hentai Babes, evening things up, and in fact, bringing the man advantage back in their favor. It was technically a 4-on-3 at one point, so, or at least a 3-on-3 or a 4-on-4. I can't entirely remember, but the man count wasn't the problem. The problem was Hentai Babes literally just mega-minded their opponents and just completely threw them off guard. They threw all the common strats out the window. They just rushed into sight. They got a plant down, and they just had complete map control. And that's what you mentioned earlier, Ryan. That's how you win some of these rounds. Map control, map control, map control. They had control of Bunk for a slight moment, which forced Esports Whale to put their manpower into that part of the map. And then that allowed for the the seesaw to kind of tip a different direction, allowing Hentai Babes to get control of a different part of the map, which was the plant near the two different bed sets near Big Window. And that ended up leading them to a victory, now bringing us to round number 5 with an even round count. We've already seen these 2 rounds favoring Hentai Babes, so if we go into a 4-2 split, Hentai Babes will still be sitting relatively pretty in perspective.
Well, as Kurt, one of the members of Esports Wales, put out on chat, oh my god, what are these operator picks? They're so interesting. I can't wait to see what is actually going to happen here. But he did say it's the G2 execute. It's an execute made by, oh my lord, we have gone full ranked here, ladies and gentlemen. The rules are, all bets are off. The rules are no longer existent. We are living in the Mad Max world of Reflex Championship now, because look at that lineup. Oh dear lord.
Oh god, we have really just downgraded, but you know, Hentai Babes, they love to put on a performance. I think this team comp is going to give us a very interesting one, might I add. This is literally ranked. There's no hard breacher technically, unless you want to count Angelo with his secondary one, and there's literally nothing. I mean, they have flank watch, but other than that, this is just a complete bombastic team composition. It's just going to be a total frag fest. There's 2 sets of smokes, probably to go for that plant. They don't have a Ying, but I'm definitely going to expect some type of smoke plant, and if not, just having Sturksy frag out with those smoke grenades. It's gonna be one or the other. You know, the latter option might in fact come out instead, but I don't know. We're gonna have to wait and see what Hentai Babes do, because they're completely unpredictable. You can never know with them.
This is like, I feel like I'm watching Liquid in 2018 play Yellow Meta Siege. You know?
Oh my god.
Like,
true.
Is this the 2018 finals? Is Sturksy actually just Jonas? Like, is this what I'm watching? But it's the same setup from Esports Wales, and it looks to be the same sort of plant, just a kind of refined version. I wonder if Matt's ready for it. He's got the frost mat on Kid's window. they know what's about to happen. They know exactly what's about to happen.
Yeah, just might be where exactly though. Almost time for T works his way in, and Kurt gonna take a lot of damage opening things off. Hentai Babe's gonna slowly strengthen their grip, I guess you could call it. Warden gonna now try to drone out the player near attic hallway, but Matt gonna find the opening kill. He's gonna eliminate Sturksy, and now it's gonna be evened up 4-4. Angelo just in the middle of sight. Warden gonna follow suit now, and the man advantage is in fact back in the favor of Hentai Babes. Once they recapture that diffuser, they could possibly win this out. And oh no, almost time for T. Gonna get his ankle just gobbled up there by that frost mat. Now it's gonna be a 3-on-2 essentially, as Warden has now been putting it down but not outstayed as well. Luckily though, Angelo just walks his way in through the wall. Oh my god! Angelo and Scipio ending off the round in flying colors, just like we predicted, an absolute bloodbath. And that's going to give the round advantage in the favor of Hentai Babes. How did they come back from that?
Simply put, map control. You had two people.
You're right.
Until then, they had bunks control, they had kids control, they had attic control, right? Every single attacker was either on, like, I think there was one on White Stairs, there was one in Trophy, and there was one in Generator. They're kind of parted off in this little L form. Hentai Babes could actually do what they want, and Angelo just pulls out, you know what, if I believe I'm not playing Capital and I'm playing Ash, then I am not playing Capital and I'm pling Ash. And he runs through into Generator, picks up a kill onto Dot on the Jaeger, and then absolutely frags out on, I believe it was Matt, who swings in from Trophy, desperately trying to get a refrag.
Oh my god.
That's a masterclass.
Oh yeah, that was masterclass. I completely agree. Hentai Babes. Oh no, we have two of our players down. How are we gonna win this? Angelo, hold my beer. He just walks in the site and just shoots everybody down, just like he's playing Call of Duty. He's just fragging out, and he just ended up winning the round for his team. And again, we're seeing a very how do you put it? A very rank heavy team comp. We have Noke on the board. No hard breach again, not even a secondary hard breach, because Angelo's not on the Capitao. He's playing Dokkaebi. And we're just seeing so many wild card picks. We're even seeing Kurt on the Clash, and ADS is being put outside. This is absolute madness, Ryan. What is going on this game?
This is the height of T4. This is T4. This is just T4 in a nutshell. Oh my lord. There is Clash cosplaying Bikini Body outside of Blue. If I was Hentai Babes, right, and I wasn't playing how Hentai Babes were playing, right, I would be incredibly mad right now. And I would just be salty. But Hentai Babes don't care, because they're bringing Nook, and they're bringing Dokkaebi, and they're rushing.
Oh my god, I was gonna just say this. They're going in through laundry. I was gonna predict maybe they're not going laundry because almost time for T's gonna do that. That's exactly what he's doing. He's using that stealth operator to his advantage. He's gonna just walk right in through sight. He's gonna have to break that barricade though in the back doorway. That will give away his intentions, but I don't think he really cares. He's gonna just use his frag grenade to do that. He's gonna come out loud and swinging. He's gonna actually go for the drone first and foremost. We're gonna make sure that no one caught on to his intentions, but I think Esports Wales definitely has. Sturksy gonna take a little bit of damage, but still be in the fight for a couple of moments extra, so it's gonna be that 5-on-5 remaining, but down to the last minute 30, and it's still a 5-on-5, but finally, we'll see some life in the side of Hentai Babes, but also on the side of Esports Wales. It's a total refrag now. Esports Wales picking up 2 onto Sturksy, and almost time for T. That man advantage now back in the hands of Esports Wales as we have Hentai Babes attempting to come in through back stairwell. Jet though in the perfect position. He'll find one. He can't find a second though. That M14 gonna finish off Scipio. Angelo with the refrag onto Jet. I should say Scipio meaning his own maker. That's my mistake. But now we're in a 1-on-3 all up to Angelo. And he does not have a lot of ground to work with. He only has pillar control, but not even carrier in his back pocket. He'll go for a logic bomb to possibly spot out the Jaeger player. He wide swings around, but he doesn't check the exact corner. Dot gonna finish him off with the 416 carbine, and that's gonna be an even round situation, 3-3 split, as the sides now finally switch. That was, oh my god, that round was top. Jesus.
that was very, very interesting to watch.
Oh yeah.
You saw almost time for T just kind of walking into laundry using a nade to open the door, going knock knock, and Ben replying with a flank, going, "Who is there?" Caveira is being picked out, and the dog. This is just ranked. We are casting rank. Oh my god, this is definitely an interesting experience for my first cast, ladies and gentlemen.
You know, you're doing great, to be honest. I'm definitely
Thank you.
enjoying it. It's a lot of fun. You're welcome. And I'm also enjoying the lineup here by Hentai Babes. You know, you can really tell they've refined their strategies by just running it back in rank time and time again. And oh my god, it's really hard to fathom that we're seeing a Caveira on the board as well. But not just that, we
Straight
saw
from the trenches of silver.
I think I laughed so hard my microphone cut out there. Oh my god. But yeah, I still can't believe we're seeing all these different operators in the exact same best of one by the same team. It really does baffle me to an extent, but you know, the way that they're holding top floor is not really, you know, that different or that inaccurate. It's still going to work out for them pretty well as long as they can find these opening frags, because that's the entire reason of bringing Caveira and players like Doc, just to frag out and gather a lot of intel. You know, Caveira, if she does get that interrogation, that could end up leading to be a round win for Hentai Babes. And oh my god, no! He misses the shot onto Ben, and that's going to deny him of the opening frag spawn peak. Already, Esports Wales has had the man advantage now. That's a good night in chat. And a Moss type as well, I think I just saw. But
yeah, no.
A big blunder by Xerxes.
Even before that spawn peak, you can see that, you know, Hentai Babes, they're playing with their food. Hentai Babes are straight up just pure
really
toxicity. It's a full meme, and you can tell the Esports Wales are mad. They are salty about it. You know, they came here to play the championship. Hentai Babes said, "How about you come down here? We're gonna go to silver ranked, and we're gonna have a bit of fun with you."
Just an extended rank. Yeah, literally what you just said, Ryan. Oh my god. Even though Hentai Babes is down the man advantage, they still have not given up Attic just yet. Those Xyruses now being fully detonated on the wall, and Warden is just sitting in the just actual main wall itself. I don't know if that drone will spot him out. Did it not spot him?
Oh no, it spotted him there.
Wait,
it spotted him there. Yeah.
Okay, oh my god. He's supposed to go back to
doesn't know that he's been droned. Warden thinks he's been misdroned. Warden thinks he's the smartest man alive, and he's about to get pre-fired into oblivion. Never mind! Never mind!
They didn't know! Oh my god! What just happened? Hentai Babes, Warden, how do you get away with that kind of play? We both thought you got spotted out the second time.
From Sturksy as well.
Oh my
lord.
God. How do you not notice it? One Hentai Babes, they just didn't count. Going on right now, Warden now having to ace in a 1v3, and he's only going to be able to find 3 separate kills. Matt with the refrag. What is this game right now? This is literally ranked. This is literally ranked. What's going on, Ryan?
The only logical explanation I can give is that, like, maybe this doesn't matter to Hentai Babes' standings. I don't actually know the standings of Reflex League because I literally just got brought in here off Twitter. But
I did too.
It's pretty obvious that it doesn't look like Hentai Babes don't care, so either they're having fun with it or this match actually does not matter for the sake of their standings. You know, they're either too far down, too high up, or too stuck in the middle for this match to actually change anything. So instead of them going, you know what, instead of like warming up and trying our hardest for a map that doesn't mean nothing and then maybe lose, right? Instead of them going, screw it, we're gonna have a bit of fun.
Well, fun is definitely what they're having here, right? You know you startled me when I'm literally like screeching in my prepubescent voice, essentially, not trying to deepen my voice, doing the opposite. That I literally couldn't even think. I just had to scream. I didn't know what to do. And Again, Hentai Babes really has gotten me real confused here. We're seeing Sturksy on the Capcan now, really loving those unorthodox Spetsnaz operators. We saw him on Glaz a couple of rounds prior, and now we're seeing him on the Capcan. You know, there isn't an IQ on the board, so if Esports Wales just does not check their doorways properly, that could actually guarantee Hentai Babes a little bit of early on damage, but I personally don't like the Capcan pick, even if that happens, just because it's just, there's better operators you can bring. You could bring the Malusi, that can still gather a lot of intel and really annoy Esports Wales, but you know what? Sturksy is Sturksy. He does what he does best, so I'm not going to judge him completely. You know, I still love the man to death.
Sturksy, the pride of Mother Russia.
Oh my god.
Almost time for T just gets taken out using a red dot sight. I'd like... They're obviously just they're just going for it. They have not a care in the world. They are the T4 version of a honey badger, because honey badger does not give a damn, and neither do Hentai Babes.
Apparently not. So Esports Well gonna just immediately profit off of that previous mistake. They're now gonna take the man advantage, and Sturksy, oh no, the crossbeat comes out. Kurt now finding himself a second, I believe it to be, and now a 5-on-3 man advantage favoring Esports Whale. They're gonna get this back wall of supply opened up pretty quickly. Actually, they definitely can, as Maverick is on the board this time. The frag grenade coming out and concussive blast, forcing Scipio to, you know, work his way back towards the actual objective room near main hallway. Hatches being opened up as well. This is looking to be a phenomenal round win for Esports Wales. Even on the attack, they're still really just mopping the floor against Hentai Babes, but I really don't blame them. This is pretty much a ranked team composition.
This is just a remarkable game. Like, why Reflex League decided that this shouldn't be streamed? Holy God! Streamed on their main channel baffles me, because this is amazing.
It's beautiful. It's an art piece that should be cherished. And oh my god, Warden, how do you win that gunfight? Now a 3-on-3, but Matt just wide swings in, gonna get that refrag, lighting up Warden, and now it's just a 1v4, all up to Scipio on the Clash. He's stuck in the middle of Freezer. There's really nothing he can do at this point. He'll try to get into one gun engagement, but he still has to find 4 separate more, and he won't even get one frag onto Jet. That's going to be the headshot landing on the head of Scipio, and now Esports Wales has the round count up by 2, favoring them 1 round away from match point.
I have nothing to say
I'm
right
going
now.
huge right now, can't lie.
0, 2, and 4. He's going. Just like, because they looked like at the start of this game, like they looked like they were having a good time. Like they were playing how the vast majority of competitive teams play. A couple semi-strange picks, just a bit of unorthodox. But this is mental. You know, they've gone fully off the rails here. Like, I have no explanation. Like, I'm going to have to just ask Sturksy at the end of this, what the hell was going on in your guys' skulls? Because I need to know. Like, I really need to know.
You know, I just hope that if we do get him in this little casting booth, that he does say our name with a nice little song. I don't know if any of you have heard of All I Want for Christmas. If you have, then Sturksy might be able to, you know, perform a little bit over the top for us. I hope he does. Maybe one day down the line. But right now, Hentai Babe's in a little bit of a round deficit. They're going to try to defend the upstairs floor again, now going dorms and kids' room. And this team comp I actually like a lot. This is actually a pretty standard team comp, so 2 thumbs up for me.
Comparatively to what we've seen before.
Like a cap can. Yeah, they actually brought the Malusi, so Sturksy must have heard me talking about him, and he's like, you know what? I got you, fellow. I'll do you a solid. I'll let you casted for me. I'll return the favor. I'll go Malusi. You know, gather a little bit of intel. You know, make it annoying for Esports Wales to try and navigate their way into the objective room. So I like the change up. It's a lot more enjoyable to watch. I can confirm.
It looks like they're stacking shields. However, Angela's decided that, you know what? You don't get my shield. You're not allowed. Oh, and I am suddenly proved wrong, as Angelo's just deciding, is just indecisive on where to place it, actually. You see the utility going out, stop the big window rush, kind of aware of what they did previously. Kurt gets taken out by Almost, and then Almost gets traded by Ben on the Sophia. So that is their tower control taken out, and Scipio just taking the Ash to I've screwed up the line, but just taking down the Ash, and now Matt is just kind of hesitant to peek out, playing close on the door. Scipio just holding off that master push, kind of spotted the timing and took out Dot. Brilliant aggressive play from him.
Yeah, Dot being silenced by Scipio, that's going to bring the man advantage into Hentai Babes' favor for once. It's definitely a warm welcome to In Fact C. Totally not biased at all, chat, I swear, but we're still going to have Esports Wales try to work their way around. Wide swing immediately pursues by Matt. That's going to even up the man count now 3-3 fashion. And this is looking to be a little bit better for them, but they still have a lot of ground to cover. Sturksey's playing underneath as well. He could possibly try to deny a possible defuse. He's watching underneath through Classroom, breaking the ace charge. That's wasting so much time against Esports Wales. I think he got at least the first one, so they can't vault through. It's only a kill hole. That's literally all Ace can do right now, unless he uses his final Selma, which might get shut down as well. This could end up being a round win for Hentai Babes if they stall on for a couple of more seconds. We're down to that last 40. Things are going to get a lot more aggressive here. We have a long angle being, or at least a flank angle being contested by Ben, waiting for Sturksey to walk back up, and oh no! Sturksey does it again. They have to push through Deer now, as the main wall cannot be obstructed by the ace charges. Down to the last 20 seconds, some utility being denied now, I should say. It's just a last-ditch attempt to get into sight. Warden finding one through the smoke grenade. That's where the Warden play comes into the factor. And Angelo with a massive frost mat kill to end off the round on the player near big window. You're right, Angelo. It's a pog mat. It's a pog mat in chat. And that's going to be Hentai Babes beginning to even things up going in around number 10.
Just like we saw on our very, very first round, you saw Esports Wales instead of Hentai Babes kind of floundering, right? They had a plan. The plan was going forward. Something got in the way of that plan, and they just kind of stopped there. They just kind of went, and kind of like floundered. Sturksey's whole point in that strategy was to play below. You saw at the very final kill that they had holes in the floor for security, so he could shoot up and stop a big window rush, and he could run about, deal with stuff from below. And Esports Wales didn't bother to clear him out, especially after that first time, right? Whoever's leading that attack has to go, right, okay, now we're gonna have to deal with this guy, and then we can go and open up the wall and get the rest of the execute done, because he's in our way. And instead, they froze up, right? They, like a deer in headlights, they just kind of went, they resigned themselves to losing by kind of being indecisive and not dealing with Sturksey sooner, or at all, actually.
Yeah, I like how I mentioned Deer because, you know, about the, you know, All Out for Christmas song earlier, you know, it appears that Hentai Babes is not playing any more reindeer games, but I might have spoken a little too soon. We have Sturksey going for a bit of an aggressive run out. He's not going to find anything, though. On the bright side, at least he did not get picked off early into that 10th round, but that is very unfortunate to see. I would have loved to have seen the old school Oregon run out strat that a lot of Doc mains would tend to do. I know I've done it my fair share amount of times way back in the day, but it's not going to come to fruition. Hey, you know what? Either peak or get peaked. You know, that's how the saying goes.
Makes
swing
sense.
or be swung. Swing or be swung. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. It's a laundry push. No.
No. Did you see Scipio?
Yeah, no, I did. And oh my god, the Alden from behind. Warden gonna follow suit as well. They have no clue. Second one behind, though. It's just an absolute frag fest in the middle of laundry. And we're already down to a 1v3 with 2 minutes on the clock. What a play by Hentai Babes. And what a blunder by Esports Wales.
You don't out-monkey the monkeys.
You can't. It's impossible.
You have just been read, right? They've gone, you know what? We're gonna try and
Oh,
Dude, some of the stuff.
Sturksy!
If that's a one tap, I'm gonna cry. If that is a one tap.
Oh, come on.
Oh,
Sturksy!
no! The disrespect.
Beautiful shot. The precision is on point.
The disrespect.
You'd love
Oh
to
my
see it.
lord. As I was saying, Esports Wales went, right, we're going to do what Hentai Babes was doing. We're going to play unconventionally. We're going to rush laundry. It's going to be brilliant. We're going to get a bunch of frags. We're going to gun skill them. And Sepio and Almost Time for Tea were sitting in meeting and went, how about you don't? And just kind of walked behind them and killed, I think it was 2 of them, while the other ones were just killed by the guys in laundry. Brilliant. Just like, these are things that really shouldn't be working for either of the teams, and they are coming out in Hentai Babes' failure. In Hentai Babes' favor. Sorry, not failure. But, yeah. I'm actually okay with the Rook on this side. I believe it will be a double impact trick. So, probably, like, maybe Rook, either Rook or Maluzi, kind of sitting in showers. They'll throw their impacts and they'll run, and the next person will replace them. They'll throw their impacts and they'll stay there. But I've been immediately proven wrong by Sturksy using one of his impacts to open up a hole for kids. So they're going to be using the long angle, which is also another thing you can do, especially with Rook's 2x on the MP5. It's very, very common. Spawn kill from Almost Time for Tea. Unfortunately missed. But you know what? We still got 3 minutes of the round. There's still more antics to come. And by the looks of it, Almost is ready for those antics. Sitting in the corner of Garage, just kind of waiting to do some just scummy rat plays.
Yeah, the Mad Lad himself is going to get a little bit frisky in the middle of Garage, but at the moment, not going to find anything. We're going to have just Esports Wales work their way into Armory, which is right above Garage, but moving back a couple of steps here instead of completely going forward. You could still impact trick definitely with Sturksy on the Rook. He did actually, never mind, he just used all of them. I thought he still had one in his back pocket, but apparently not, unless that was to deny the Selmas, but Matt still has all 3, but another thing that Sturksy can do, he can use that 2x optic on the MP5 to hold a lot of really long angles against Esports Wales and actually be able to contest most of them, as that MP5 is a complete laser beam, so as long as he lands the headshots, he should not have any problem contesting this second floor against the attacking team. And we're already seeing a lot of ground being covered by Esports Wales. They're working their way from Deer and Closet. The pistol comes out, trying to go for that disrespectful play again, but he's not going to win that 1v1 confrontation. He's going to not lose it either, though. Going to have to recontest for a second time, losing even more damage, and about 1 minute 30 wasted on that extensive roam. And finally, Sturksy is going to work his way back into sight.
You see the zero being brought out for the flank watch on the side of Esports Wales, but honestly, unless they have somebody actively sitting on each stairs, which they do not, right? They don't have someone sitting on white, they do not have someone sitting on main, that flank watch cannot be acted upon. So Almost can just walk up, probably kill Matt, get that hard breach and that diffuser out of the way, you know? Like, it is very, very much possible that we see a flank coming out later on in this round, if it is not already stopped. They have kind of caught on to the scent of Sturksy, who's up on Big Tower. However, they don't know that he's been gone for about 10 years, so are just kind of running and Almost gets a kill from the bottom of basement stairs. It's 35 seconds. Esports Wales have practically done nothing. They need to get an execute up. Almost is wrapping round to backstairs. We're about to see a second flank come out. They have no space to execute. This looks like a round win for Hentai Babes.
They have 0 manpower to work with, essentially. Kurt gonna take even more damage. He does not have any of his health left to spare. One more shot to anywhere on this Buck's body, and he will be eliminated off the board. The prone play comes out. Jet gonna take even more damage. Alibi gonna be the one to finish him off. Now at the 2K, and Warden and Scipio with a flawless round for their team, ending it off with masterful plays. And that's gonna be 6-5, match point favoring Hentai Babes. The comeback is already in full motion, and they now have the round advantage after being down 2 from 5-3, now 6-3.
Just based
Or 6 to
on
5, sorry.
like the replies in chat and just kind of how I think I would feel if I was in Esports Wales position. I don't
Livid.
think. No, I don't think that the team energy inside of that Discord call, that TeamSpeak call, the roaming brick is so strong. Says Sturksy. I don't think that team environment is going to be too healthy. Um, you know, I really don't think that like they're gonna pull a miracle out to win this. Does this league have overtime? Or is this the last round? This league. Okay, right, brilliant. So if Esports Wales pull it out the bag, we could have see this go to full OT. You know, we had a 3-3 split on attack for the first half. Everything is just kind of you know, it's very interesting to see because it's such a close game. So I'm kind of hoping for OT. I don't really expect it, just kind of based on how I think that Discord call, that TeamSpeak call is gonna look like. But you know what? We'll see in this round. Time will tell.
I completely agree. Time does tend to tell you these kind of things, and oh my God, Sturksy. He's gonna just go balls to the walls, but he's not gonna find anything, as that was a little bit too early to go for that run out. But you know what? I always love seeing the early on aggression. You can tell Hentai Babes could really care less as to what the outcome is gonna be. They just want to play to have fun, and you can really tell from their lineup most of these rounds, and also, you know, the couple of one taps here and there or the attempts, but they somehow managed to bring the round count back in their favor, and now Esports Wales is on that back burner, and they are really terrified to have that victory be taken away from them 7-5 fashion. The first minute just now coming to an end, you know, just common stuff, going for that drone game, trying to look for any possible roamers, but their drone economy has already taken a pretty big toll, losing about 3 of them already. That's going to definitely affect them later on into the round, but on the bright side, we have Kurt going for a very intricate Maverick trick. This is I've never seen this. I've never seen this.
He's doing it in quite a strange way. But the whole point of this is you have that lower line. It's practically a pixel angle if you sit on the stairs. So Sophia's going to utilize her 2-time scope in order to just kind of hold off Attic and kind of regain that map control, while Maverick, who's missed a spot, is going to push in and push up. So they're using that tiny angle in order to get, you know, see more of them. It's a head glitch, you know?
Yeah, no, it makes sense now. I never saw it like work out like that. It tends to be the wall being opened up first and then doing that pixel angle. So
and then,
it really caught me off guard.
Circle on the side. Yeah, no.
Yeah, but that makes so much sense now that you mention it. Thank you, Ryan. I don't know what I'd do without you. But Hentai Babes managed to pick up a kill really early onto this round that we did not manage to mention a moment ago. And the attic control is in the hands of Esports Whale. They could possibly just bulldoze their way into the actual site, but they got to deal with Scipio, who's rocking the Alda. That is a menace of a gun to deal with, especially in such close quarter confrontations. He's going to jiggle peek around that main doorway. Jet going to find a refrag onto Angelo, now silencing that Frost player, but that utility is already down on the ground. That could possibly pick up another kill. Matt, though, gonna get finished off. That's the diffuser down. Kurt or Ben is now gonna have to pick that up. The impact grenade's coming out from above, I believe. There goes the Alda play as well, finding one onto Kurt. It's just a 3v2, or pardon, a 3-on-3. Now a 3-on-2, and then evened up again. A complete frag fest, but Sturksy from underneath. There goes a denial. C4 comes out. It'll land. It's just a 1v1 now, and the Frostmat, like I mentioned, Sturksy's team, Hentai Babes, will take the victory, 7-5 in a beautiful comeback, and that's gonna be the game over on Oregon. GG's in the chat.
My lord, that was
it's a denial, baby. Yes.
That was an experience. If I do say so myself, I was really terrified of kind of Esports Wales getting caught up in being flanked by Attic. They had that map control. They didn't have the flank watch though, or I could not see a drone on there. I could be wrong. There could have been a drone. There could have been somebody watching it. But from my perspective, we didn't see any flank watch.
Nope.
But they got cut down on the execute. Matt gets down by the Jaeger on white stairs. Both the who was it, the Maverick and the Zofia, run in to kind of desperately save him, and Scipio, Sturksy, everyone just cleans up.
Yeah. That's what I mentioned earlier. That drone economy really does have an effect in that late game, or the end game, as I like to call it. And we literally saw that happen. They didn't know what to do about the roam game. And then we had plays from underneath by Sturksy with that C4. You know, like I said, there goes the denial. He did it perfectly, and that ended up allowing them to win out that round. And the frost mat that I predicted would come into effect later on, with that passive utility being into play as well. Just overall, beautiful comeback by Hentai Babes, and that's going to win them that best of one. So great work by them. And sadly, there's going to be no interview, so we're not going to be able to hear Sturksy's beautiful voice. That it does not put a smile on my face. It puts a frown upon it. But, you know, it was still a great game to commentate over. I had so much fun.
That was the most interesting game of any sort of T4 competition I have ever seen in my life.
What a way to start your career.
Yeah, no, that was insane. And not as in like, oh wow, that was like crazy good or anything, as in that was literally bonkers. Like, put it in an asylum, lock it away. Oh my god.
Yeah, no, I completely agree, but I think that's it for us tonight. That was a very short little best of one cast, so we're going to end off the stream here. We want to thank all of you for coming out and supporting these two teams. And Ryan, do you have anything else to say before we end off the stream?
This was definitely the right choice to do on a Tuesday night. I know from DMs from my mates that there's a bunch of people in the chat who are my mates, so shout out to them for coming to see me speak and be an idiot on stream. Good fun. Thank you very much.
Yeah. All right. Well, yep, that's going to be it for us. Hope you all have a great rest of your evening. I got nothing better to say. Take care, everybody.
Waiting for